Next league.
Bundesliga.
Yes.
We'll be fast. Just pick 4 teams.
Okay, coming to the Bundesliga, as you all know, finally the longest.
First team. Favorites. Come on, pick one. Pick one. Let's go.
The longest winning streak in this century, I guess, is finally over. And Leverkusen, as you know, you have the are the champions and doing so unbeaten as well. So I think this is one of the most exciting times I've seen Bundesliga, as in usually it's always about finishing second behind Bayern all the time, but now I feel it's open because Bayern, despite all some good signings, and finally they got a CDM, even though they did lose a lot of players. Mainly De Ligt was a very big loss, as I think so, and they're not that great. Okay, I saw the first game and I was not convinced enough okay, we'll be there on top. Okay, we can compete on the day. If they get sorted it together, it is possible, because new players are gelling in and they don't know exactly where to play João Palhinha right now. There's some confusion going on, and Company is I don't know what to expect from him, because he did well in the Championship Burnley, but he did not succeed much. But then Bayern are a club with much more better resources, and they are unlike Burnley, they are among the top dog, or if not the top dog in the league right now. So obviously, okay, from a pure my point of view,
it's your opinion, sir. Anyone can be your favorite.
My point of view, it is very tight as of now. The thing is, on paper right now, Bayern is the favorite to win. On paper, this is on paper right now, and plus because now they have lost something which they thought they had owned for most of the last decade or so, and suddenly it is a huge reality check on them. And plus the fact that they went without a single trophy last year, and I don't know when I've seen that, maybe in 2012 if I'm not wrong. So it's a huge reality check, and this season they have to win something, otherwise the current management will be under huge pressure. Even regarding a lot of things, there could be already the fans are protesting for a lot of stuff that is happening, and especially recent the commercialization of broadcasting revenue and all. Okay, coming to the point, I put Bayern and Leverkusen up there.
But who's your one pick for favorites? Come on, fast. You can do it, Jithu. I believe in you.
Okay, I'm going with Bayern. Okay. That might be personal bias.
It's okay. Everyone comes with their own biases.
And team that let's say
will surprise everyone.
I think last year we had that from Stuttgart. Okay, this year I think it's Freiburg. Okay, I mean this is the beginning of the season, but towards the end of last season also they were actually playing decent. Okay, even though they didn't play well in the Europa League, I'd say team that's is Freiburg. That is my opinion right now. And also added to that, team that should improve. What was that?
Team that seems most improved.
Most improved. Okay.
Seems most improved on paper.
Okay, seems most improved on paper. I don't think there's a particular thing. The problem with giving that particular statistic in Bundesliga is almost every team other than let's say Bayer, Leverkusen last year, the Dortmund and Bayern don't retain most of their players. Okay, and Stuttgart is still the team I'll say who is most improved on paper. Okay, and I would let's say along with Freiburg I'll put them Stuttgart, and team that has to improve. Okay, team that I would like to see more better, I'd say is Leipzig. Okay, given they have lost Olmo, I think arguably their best player in the team that now, and I know they're in rebuild, but I would like to see them don't look at me okay, Red Bull is a energy drink company, they're not related to their advertising, but you regardless that their brand of football is Nice. It's good to watch. It's attractive to watch.
Fair.
And they usually they tend to perform well in European competitions consistently. I think they're for a club that was founded in 2009 or something. This is their 6th consecutive Champions League, and on top of that, I think 2 consecutive times they reached the round of 16. Plus, I think they made one semi-final also. That's quite decent for a newly formed club. And I would place Dortmund in the middle of all these things, as you all know it. I do not know what to expect from Dortmund. Okay, Dortmund fans are like quite happy because Bayern is a little rotting right now, a little bit, and all the drama, like as we used to call them FC Hollywood right now. It's literally what is happening. I'm not going more into the Bayern drama.
Come on, next. Team that needs most improvement.
That's what I told Leipzig.
And team that seems most improved on paper was Freiburg.
Freiburg and Stuttgart.
The team that will surprise everyone is?
Freiburg.
Interesting.
Okay.
I don't watch much of the Bundesliga. I just watch a very few games here and there because when I'm bored by the other league, Premier League, I'm looking at you. Boring. Many times you are boring. No one wants to watch the bottom half of the table.
Yes.
That is the truth.
Yes.
You can comment, you can hate on me saying I'm not a PL fan. I am not a PL fan. I don't care. But yeah. So according to me, the team that is favorites to win this year, not because they won last year, but it's Bayer Leverkusen. One of the main reasons is
stability, I think.
Exactly. They haven't changed the main core of players. They've only strengthened. And the manager doesn't seem like he wants to stop.
Yeah.
And they have not stopped. Their first game, they came back. They won in the exact same way they won last year. It was like rewind, play. It was the exact same.
Correct.
So their playing style has not changed
somebody
much.
said like that. Okay, they just can't keep getting away with this so many times.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but they actually are playing well. They're playing with intensity. They want it even more somehow.
Yeah.
That thirst is not quenched. So I would still say they're favorites, despite Bayern and being Bayern. But I will get to that later on in this conversation. Next, the team that I think will surprise everyone, I think would be Frankfurt. We're not taking them seriously. But they have done that before. We will not expect anything from them. They randomly show up out of nowhere and be good. And I do not know what players they have right now. I do not know what happens, but that is the history of the Freiburg. They just show up random, not Freiburg, Frankfurt. They just show up and they're good sometimes. It's not that they're excellent or brilliant. See, the team is half decent.
They still have Götze left if you don't know.
Götze still plays. Kevin Trapp.
Kevin Trapp is there. Like a bit of that squad that I think that won the Europa League is there. Like not most of them. That's the thing.
Ekitike is there.
Yeah.
Kevin Trapp is there. Robert Koch is there.
They last year only they used this guy Kolomuani. He went to PSG.
So it's a decent team. Even they have that. I think Dortmund has lost it, but these people still Bundesliga actually produces so many good players that move to other places.
That's again I'm coming to a point. Like it's so hard to
predict. Yeah.
Because if you take the top 3 teams like contenders and you take Leipzig, Dortmund, Leverkusen as of now and Bayern, none of the teams will have not guaranteed to have the same squad later. It is so I said Stuttgart and Freiburg. Even Stuttgart, they did lose some players over the transfer window, and Freiburg also did lose a lot of players. But they did bring a lot of new talents also. So it is like walking on thin water.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
In my opinion, it is going to be Frankfurt.
I think surprising.
They always do that. One season they'll be good. The next 2 seasons they'll be bad. Third season they'll somehow come back up. It doesn't matter who their manager is. It doesn't matter what players they have. They always tend to do that. So based on historical records alone, I would say Frankfurt. The team that seems most improved on paper, I think Dortmund looks better than they did last year. In my opinion, at least. They seem more ready to compete.
I mean, they did reach they did reach the final of the UCL. Which I know the draw, the side was this thing, but still I didn't expect.
No, I'm not saying it's
Dortmund were perennial chokers. Even if you give them the easier side, they used to lose it. So
it just seems like they are ready to fight instead of just being an also ran this time.
and now like that's the thing now the difference is that the whole context has changed. Now Bayern is not the top team right now.
Definitely.
Okay, so you cannot fight for second now because now that is also not guaranteed.
Definitely.
Second is not guaranteed, and if you don't know, guess who finished second last year?
It was Bayern only, no?
Stuttgart finished second last year.
What?
Yes, that's what. Bayern and Dortmund, you think are going to like dominate the league. Finished, I think, third.
Oh wait, yeah, I remember in the group, Bakshi was like, oh shit, second also is gone.
Third and fifth respectively. Okay, you know why Dortmund are in the Champions League? Because the extra spot, because of the coefficient over the last 4 years, went to the Bundesliga. That is why Dortmund is in the Champions League.
But I still think they seem like, I don't say they're most improved, but among the rest of them, I don't know any of the other big teams. I'll tell you what teams I know. I know Dortmund, I know Leverkusen, I know Leipzig, I know Bayern, and I know Frankfurt because of their historical record. I know sometimes that Hoffenheim goes up and down, Mainz goes up and down and stuff like that. Stuttgart last year, of course, they overperformed because of that. Other than that, Mönchengladbach, because they randomly show up and defeat Bayern. So other than that, I don't actually know much.
Adding to that, there is a certain extreme team that has joined this thing. FC St. Pauli. Okay.
You were talking to
their fans literally told, we do not care where we finish. We do not care if we win or we do not care if we lose the whole game. But we will make sure every team that comes to our stadium will face hell. So that is what the atmosphere of the team is. Like for them, they like it is not about this thing. For them, like it's more of coming together rather than like sporting merit for them. And they are obviously happy to this thing back in the Bundesliga after I don't know, maybe some 20 years or something. So many years in the second division. And they are also more happy because their bitter rivals are still struggling in the second division. Hamburg. So I would like to see this particular team, St. Pauli, how especially like they are an extreme left, conservative sort of team. Like they are like, as you all know, Bundesliga and most of the teams are little pro towards LGBTQ community and like inclusivity and all. St. Pauli is not part of that. They are extremely against it, and they have done publicly voiced. So it is a different sort of ultras that you see in the Bundesliga. So it will be very interesting to see. Just I'm not anywhere near the favorites, but as a
team to watch out.
Spectacle, yeah.
Fair enough.
Anything else?
Where else did I go? Favorites, I told. Team will surprise.
Yeah.
Team that is most improved in my opinion.
Dortmund, you told.
Okay. The team that needs most improvement is obviously Bayern.
Okay.
What kind of manager did you get? What are his credentials? What are you expecting him to do? I don't know. I see respect to company where
there is honest opinion. Okay, my opinion is biased. I'm telling now itself.
Respect to company where respect is due, but bro, you are not a manager who I expected to see at Bayern in his second or third year as a manager. Yeah. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what they were thinking, but it happened. I understand this is a transitional period for the club, and so a lot of top managers didn't want to touch them right now because it would tarnish their records and their resumes.
I think we talked about this in some previously about these top managers not trying for big clubs. Like it's like they are trying to secure their this thing.
I don't know if we have talked about this before. If we have talked on camera, please do tell us. If we haven't, we'll record that and put it next time. But I don't know what company is doing there. It's like that meme. What is a polar bear? What is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? That kind of a thing. What is he doing there? What is he doing there? And that team has now lost a serious number of players.
The squad is quite thin. I know they reinforced a lot, like some good young players. Like
the youngsters are coming through, which is good. Which is always good.
The front lineup is very.
But
young.
You have to realize you are also Bayern.
Yeah, I know.
You are not Barcelona. Barcelona right now is proper rebuild only. We don't consider ourselves contenders for any trophy anymore. But you are Bayern. If you don't have a trophy, it is going to be bad for you.
I know.
So you have to figure out some way. Okay, even if it's a transitional period, you are up there with the likes of Real Madrid who don't have transitional years. They are expected to win no matter which year they play, what the condition is, nothing.
Yes.
They are expected to win. You are among that league of teams.
And because of that, last year was an extreme freak show. I don't know what to say.
So you think about that. So the team that does need the most improvement, in my opinion, according to me, in the whole world right now is Bayern, because I place you, at least I rank you as a Barcelona fan, I rank you at the same level as Real Madrid. You can't have seasons like this where you don't do anything. And maybe you do have good young players coming through. But not everyone is going to be a Musiala.
Yeah, fair.
Definitely not. So you're not going to get a world-class player right out of the bat.
Yeah.
So you can't expect world-class performances day in and day out from your youngsters or young players or new players or fresh legs.
Yes.
Michael Olise came, okay, good, but you lost De Ligt, you lost Mazarawi, you are going to lose Kingsley Coman. I don't know what is happening at that club. Where did company coming from? What is going on?
I would like, if I sum up like fully, like I think Bayern is the victim of the standards they put themselves in, and people are associating with the standards, and you can't blame anyone also. Like, they should be there, and people are expecting it to be there. And given the amount of money they splashed also, like we were talking about Chelsea and Bayern were nowhere behind. Like, they were not known for splashing money, and they did that over the last few years.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And it didn't produce any fruit. It's just one Bundesliga
De Ligt also was a lot of money, no?
Yeah, around like I think he was like the second most or the most expensive.
Upamecano also, they spent some 50-60 million to get him. Harry Kane was 100 million.
All the defenders were the defenders were the most expensive signings, other than Harry Kane.
So the team that needs most improvement, without a doubt, is Bayern Munich. Figure out your shit. You can't be like this. I do not accept it. See, I am a realistic Barcelona fan, so I have come to terms with, okay, my club is like this, we will be like this for some time. I have come to terms with that. So if we do go deep into some competition, I'm like, good thing, we are improving. But I don't expect that, okay, this year we got a new coach, we got some good players, we are going to win the CL. No, I am not delusional like that. It will take some time. I know that. But Bayern is not like that, has not been like that, should not be like that. I have never seen a season where they are like bad.
Yeah.
Last season they were bad. I mean, they were bad in comparison to the people around them.
Yeah.
But in general also the team didn't look sorted. Like usually they seem to be in control.
I'd never point other than that 2 legs over against Arsenal. I've never thought, okay, this is the team I've like to watch, or like this is the fighting spirit. Only in those 2 games against Arsenal. That is why against everybody predicting us to lose, we won that game. And even in the first, like for a few moments against Real, that was there. That was only bright spots in the whole season. Everywhere else it was extremely disappointing, and I put Bayern as favourite because just purely on the squad, that's all. The problem again is,
but your squad also bench strength is poor.
Bench strength is poor, yes.
You have to play in the CL now. The CL is long.
CL is long. That's why CL I'm ruling out completely. As of now, CL I'm ruling out completely.
No, even if you don't want to win it, you have to play in it. You don't have the squad players to rotate anymore.
I know. The reason I'm telling ruling out is because even the players, like right now what the management is saying, and even one of the senior players are telling us, we have lost the Bundesliga. Right now our main focus is to bring back what we had earlier and get the Bundesliga back. That is main progress, and obviously try for every trophy possible along the way. So right now that's why I put it there, like, because until now they were happy, like, okay, if they don't win the UCL, okay, they reached so far in the UCL, okay, we won the Bundesliga, okay, that is a satisfactory season. So that is not like a very horrible season as such. Okay, so what happened last year was, I told, freak show. Not only didn't we win the title, we finished second, I think some 20 odd points behind Leverkusen. We got knocked out in the second round of the DFB Pokal. We were out before it started, humiliated in the DFL Super Cup. So I think this time, because they told like they were going to focus on the domestic season more, that's why I put them there as favorite. Yes. So yeah, I think we are exceeding a lot of time.
These two leagues, I think every league will have its own episode now because each league we're spending 10 minutes each to talk about it.
For some reason, I don't know, everywhere it's looking very open for some reason.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah. Okay, before we go to La Liga, I think you have a lot of this thing. We'll just go to Serie A.
No. We'll do Serie A also in a minute.
Okay.
For now, episode break. We will come back.